Why don't we just skip to goodbye? If you know what's good for you, you'll hurry up and leave. Nicole had a bad temper sometimes.
Hey, babe, don't be so harsh. We don't know each other yet, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends.
The man had no intention of leaving. Instead, he grabbed a chair and sat down. I'm sorry, but that seat's taken. You'll have to sit somewhere else, Lily said very coldly.
Why don't we have a drink and get to know each other?
The man gave Lily a creepy look, and he practically had drool coming out of the corner of his mouth. His name was Smitty, and he had a reputation for hitting on anything with a pulse. He'd been having a lot of bad luck that evening and was about to go to another club when Lily and Nicole caught his eye. I don't know how to drink, so why don't you just move along? Lily's expression was getting colder and colder.
Don't treat me like that. Everybody can use a new friend.
He stuck out his tongue and reached his hand out towards Lily's cheek. Suddenly, a thick and powerful palm grabbed Smitty's wrist. Don't you understand what she's saying? It's time to move along, Kevin said coldly.
Who the hell are you?
Smitty was really pissed to be interrupted like this. You don't need to know who I am. Just leave now while you still have your health. As Kevin said this, he exerted a little more force on the guy's wrist. The expression on the man's face changed drastically, and he gave Kevin a ferocious sneer.
Hey, friend. First come, first serve. I saw her first, and you're cutting the line.
He pulled his arm hard, trying to break free from Kevin's hold. But he was surprised to find that no matter how hard he tried, it didn't work. Kevin's hand was gripping him like a vice. Well, I'm her husband. Why would I need to cut in line? Kevin sneered as he suddenly let go of the man's wrist. When he opened his hand, Smitty fell to the floor because Kevin sometimes forgot his own strength. This kind of confrontation wasn't unusual for the nightclub. Since the two of them hadn't started a fight yet, they didn't attract much attention. When the onlookers saw that there wasn't much going on, they turned right around and went back to their dancing. Get lost, Kevin finally shouted. Smitty jumped up from the floor and pointed at Kevin.
Wait and see what I do to you, kid.
I hate people pointing at me and talking. Get lost or you'll lose that finger. Kevin turned around and sat down, hoping that the guy would get the message and go bother someone else. Then he gestured to the server to bring their drinks over. Smitty gave Kevin a particularly nasty look. Then he walked out of the club and pulled out his cell phone to make a call. Wow, Kevin, that was awesome. That guy even let you be a knight in shining armor saving a damsel in distress. Nicole took a sip of her drink. He's just some petty local hoodlum. What's so amazing about it? Kevin wasn't about to brag about what he'd done. He was a lot stronger than Smitty. Hubby, I think we should just head home. That guy didn't look like someone to be trifled with, Lily said worriedly. Don't worry, honey. If anything happens, I'll give Dalton a call. There's no tough guy bigger than him in all of Chicago. Kevin was trying to ease Lily's mind, but he wasn't joking. That was a fact. Kevin, I know you have a good relationship with Dalton because you saved his wife's life, but you can't keep calling him up for everything. Not only did Lily feel even worse now, but she was also worried about hurting Kevin's friendship. Stop it, guys. We're here to have fun, not get a lecture. Nicole admired her cousin, but she was being a real drag. Sure enough, Lily dropped the subject and just quietly sipped her drink. About 10 minutes later, there was a big commotion at the door, and they saw a dozen tall, sturdy men with knives in their hands and vicious looks in their eyes. Everyone in the nightclub stopped what they were doing. They didn't know where these people came from or what they wanted to do. Kevin, who had sharp eyes, could see the guy who'd just been giving them trouble. The manager of the club walked up to the men with a disarming smile.
Is anything wrong, Smitty? You look unhappy about something. Get the hell away from me. I'm looking for someone. Everyone, just go back to what you were doing. Don't get involved if it's none of your damn business.
He sounded even more proud and arrogant now than he'd been in front of Kevin just a few minutes before. Then he spotted Kevin still sitting in the same spot with Lily and Nicole. He swaggered over with a dozen bullies.
Kid, I'll give you one more chance. You're going to get down on your knees and apologize to me. Then I'll show these two women a really good time tonight. If you do that, we'll call it good." He sneered at Kevin, then he took a knife from the man next to him and drove it hard into the table in front of them. Lily's face went pale in an instant and she hugged Kevin's arm tightly. Nicole, on the other hand, didn't panic at all. "Who are you trying to scare anyway? Don't you even know this man's name?" The group of thugs was stunned for a second. They really didn't know who Kevin was and started to have some doubts. Could he be the toughest man in Chicago? Or maybe he belongs to a powerful family, Smitty and the others thought to themselves. After all, Chicago was a huge city. You could spend your whole life without crossing paths with someone more powerful than you. Smitty came back to his senses and opened up his fist. He pointed at himself and said arrogantly, "Well, do you know who I am?" "I really don't know." Kevin smiled and shook his head. "And I really don't care either." There was no sign of fear on his face. "My name is Smitty. Have you ever heard of Dalton Steele? He's my brother-in-law," Smitty said confidently. "So now, smartass, you're going to apologize to me. If you don't, my buddies here will pound the crap out of you." Kevin got a funny look on his face when he heard Smitty say this. Who would have guessed? This actually turned out to be Dalton's brother-in-law. "My name's Kevin Williams. It doesn't matter if you haven't heard of me, but you better call Dalton before you make another move." Kevin leaned back in his chair and put his feet up on the table. This was going to get interesting. Smitty returned to the nightclub with a group of thugs. As it turns out, he was Dalton Steele's brother-in-law, and now he wanted to take revenge on Kevin for embarrassing him in front of everyone earlier. However, Smitty was unaware of Kevin's own association with Dalton. Kevin then introduced himself and told them to call Dalton before making another move. "Who? Cut the I've never heard of him." Smitty sneered and turned his head to ask his men, "Have any of you guys heard of Kevin Williams?" "What kind of stupid name is that? It's so generic and unpleasant to hear. I don't care who he is, I only acknowledge you as my boss," one of Smitty's men mocked. "He's right, boss. Just give me the word and I'll deal with this lowlife. I'll surely beat some sense into this guy to make sure he knows who he's messing with," another one chimed in. "Boss, why don't you go grab a drink and rest for a while? See if I can teach this good lesson for you."
And press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.